Hello everyone, hello participants, panel members, and of course my co-presenters. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the International Integrated Research Conference Committee for coming up with this very exciting event and of course for gathering us here today. It is truly an honor to be a part of this. And by the way, I am Dr. Francis Yambao. I am from the Graduate School of Centro Escolar University, Manila. Today, I am given the chance to share with you my paper entitled Leadership Styles and Multiple Intelligences as Predictors of Performance of Instructional Leaders from Selected Aeronautical Schools. I think everyone would agree that the role of an instructional leader being at the forefront is a critical aspect of an educational institution. They not only have to ensure the quality of education, but they also manage faculty members, the curriculum, resources, and a whole lot more. Being an educational leader or an instructional leader myself, I have observed the mismatch of skills and leadership styles, poor performance, and of course the frequent changes of educational leaders in some educational institutions. This study utilized a descriptive quantitative method combined with a correlational method, and the respondents of the study were instructional leaders from selected top performing aeronautical schools. Additional respondents were the subordinates of the instructional leaders and their superiors as well. Schools have always focused on educational background, the years of experience when predicting performance or hiring, basis for hiring or promotion. And I think it is about time that we consider other aspects. This investigation focused on finding out the leadership styles, the multiple intelligences, and the performance evaluation of these instructional leaders. I also correlated them, and with these variables, I wanted to predict which are or which can be good predictors of performance. All right, let's now move on to my slides. So just a quick info, I want to share with you the variables of the study. So on the upper left, you'll see the multiple intelligences there. Below it is an illustration that symbolizes the performance evaluation of the respondents. And then on the right, you'll see here the leadership styles. So again, for the methodology, I made use of the descriptive correlational method. Then I made use of the purposive sampling technique. Moving on, so since we were only given a maximum of 7 slides and 10 minutes for the presentation, I'll just discuss these data briefly. On the upper left, you'll see a table there which represents the leadership style results. As you can see here, so participative got the highest, followed by the transformational leadership style. Below that, you'll see the table for the multiple intelligences. So the data shows that majority answered that instructional leaders had visual and interpersonal intelligences. For the third item, you'll see here a table below. It's for the performance evaluation of the respondents. You'll see that 50% answered excellent, and then followed by the very satisfactory rating. But since we got the mean of this data, the verbal interpretation is actually very satisfactory. So it shows that the instructional leaders had a very satisfactory performance based on, the evaluation of their superiors and their subordinates. Here on this table, you'll see the correlation. So 2 out of the 8 intelligences exhibited a marked positive direct correlation. And of course, these intelligences are visual and again, interpersonal intelligences. They showed a correlation between or with the transformational leadership style. All right, moving on to the next information. Here on this slide, you'll see 2 tables. So on the one on the left is the correlation between the leadership style and the performance evaluation. So as you can see here, transformational style or transformational leadership had marked a positive, again, a positive direct correlation with performance evaluation. So you'll see here, delegative showed a substantial, and then the rest showed negligible. So only transformational leadership style showed a marked correlation. For the table on the right or in the middle, this is a correlation between the multiple intelligences and the performance evaluation. So you'll see here that the two intelligences resulted to a marked and positive direct correlation with performance evaluation. So one is the interpersonal intelligence, and again, the other is the visual intelligences. Moving on to the next slide. This is actually the final result, or the goal or the objective of the study is really to find out which among these variables are predictors of performance. So as you can see here, we can confirm that the leadership style that predicts performance is actually transformational leadership style. And you'll see here that it has a VS significance mark, which stands for very significant. And for the multiple intelligences, again, we have two. It's the visual intelligence and interpersonal intelligence. So again, both multiple intelligences or both intelligences showed a very significant result. Therefore, we can say that these variables or these attributes are actually the predictors of a good performance based on, of course, the current respondents. It is possible that when we test a different set of respondents, maybe coming from different industries and not the academe, it's possible that they would show a different set of leadership styles and multiple intelligences. So this is really interesting. I think since we are, or the respondents are instructional leaders, they are from the academe. So I think that is why they really show the transformational style. Even with students, instructors, of course, and instructional leaders really make sure to transform, the students into better learners, and of course for better workers in the future. And then for visual, I think nowadays really people are very dependent with visuals. We like to see things. We like to see colors, illustrations, videos. So I think we could agree with that also. And then interpersonal, it shows that these respondents or the instructional leaders were really good in forming relationships. They like communicating, and they are able to really build rapport with the stakeholders. So for the conclusion, again, based on the findings, it is concluded that the attributes of instructional leaders are transformational leaders or transformational leadership styles, and then with visual and interpersonal intelligence. So these attributes we can confirm now are predictors of performance. Now that we have these data on hand, we can now use these variables or attributes whenever we would hire an instructional leader, or actually we can use this to create a development program. With this, we could improve the existing leadership styles of the leaders or the instructional leaders into a more transformational style. And then for their multiple intelligences, of course, we cannot really change that quickly or in one day. But what we can do is, during the development programs, we can create activities that could help us or help them become more visual leaders and interpersonal leaders, since those are the two that came up as a result of the study. So I suggest that for institutions that we really create programs towards
these attributes or
So that is the end of my presentation. Please stay safe and healthy, and thank you very much for listening.